Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Test Automation Mantras. In today's video, I'm going to cover another concept, SQL joins. So what are SQL joins? SQL joins is basically when you would like to combine data from different tables, and from the tables it's combination of rows. You would like to fetch a data from different tables. That is the time you can use joins. Say for example, you have employee table and the department table, and you would like to fetch the data from both the tables on the basis of a common condition. That time you can use joins. There are different types of joins you can have. So the first one is inner join. Inner join is a join when you're combining two tables on the basis of a common condition and you're fetching all the matching records from two tables. Say for example, you want to fetch employee details and having a matching department into the department table, you can use inner join. Next one is a left outer join. So in case you would like to fetch all the employees from the employee table where it matches to a department, as well as you would like to fetch all the employee who doesn't belong to a department. So in the left join, you're using employee table, and in the right side, you're using department table. You can go for the left outer join. Opposite to that is right outer join. Say you would like to fetch all the departments from the department table, as well as you would like to fetch a matching records between employee and department. That in that case, you can use right outer join because you would like to fetch all the information from the department table. The full outer join is a case where you can fetch all the records from the employee table, whether they have matching department or not. Also, you can fetch all the department records, whether there's any of the department got any employee associated to it. So it's going to fetch matching records as well as non-matching records from both of the tables. Self-join. So if you would like to combine the rows from the same table to itself, say for example, there is an employee, have column as location, you would like to fetch all the employee information who belongs to the same location. So that in that case, you can use self-join. The other example could be you would like to fetch all the employee details who got the same manager. But remember, in that case, the employee itself is not a manager. You just want to fetch all the information from the employee table who got a common manager or same manager. You can use the self-join because you are just fetching records from one table, which is employee table, but you're applying a join on the column condition. Now let's take some example. I have put some queries together. So if you remember in yesterday's session, I created a table as person and I created another table as orders. So if you execute a select query on the person table, you can see I have created three records here, which is test2 with the person ID 2 and 1, and the another code is person ID 3 with some different last name, first name, as well as it got a city as Delhi in both the cases. Also have a look at the orders table, which got two records, order ID 1 and order ID 3. In this case, there is a person ID. If you remember, we created a foreign key and relationship between person and orders table. So in this case, the person ID in the orders table is a reference key, but this person ID is a primary key in the person table. So this is the person ID column. We created this as a primary key, but it is referencing into the order table. So this is a foreign key or reference key in the orders table. Now say for example, you would like to fetch all the records from both the tables where they have a matching record basically, or a person got a matching orders into the orders table. So what you can do, so the syntax is going to be, so inner join is fetching common records from both the tables. You say have person and you can use alias name. So the alias name you can give after the table, you can give any name to that table. So person name, and then for inner join, you can use syntax as inner join. You want to join with orders table, we can give as orders O, and on which column you want to join in. So you have to use on keyword. The common column is going to be person ID equal to, and common column in orders table is going to be person ID. So you're fetching all the, sorry, I just forgot the from keyword here. So let's apply from, that's why it was complaining. And if you say select, in this case, you can see it's returning all the records from the person table, and the second set is from the order table. So it is only fetching those records where person ID from the person table is matching with person ID into the orders table. Now the other, so this is a case of inner join. Say for example, if you query the person table again, you can have, you can see there are 3 different records here, and in the orders table there are 2 records here. If you would like to look at the left outer join, so left outer join is, in this case, if we reuse the same query again, and we can, instead of just inner join, you can do left outer join. So that is the keyword going to be in the case of left outer join, and you're selecting details from the persons table where there are matching records as well as non-matching records. So the match for matching records, the person ID from the person table and person ID from the orders table. So this is what the syntax is going to be. If you execute that, you can see in the orders table, we do not have any matching person records. So there is only one matching record. So this record is fetched on the basis of this condition, as well as since we have specified a left outer join in this case, it's fetching all the records from the person table as well. So this is the case of left outer join. Say for example, you would like to fetch all the records from the orders table as well as matching records as well. What you can do is you can change the left to right outer join. And if you execute that query, you can see the first record is a matching record between person table and the orders table, because this person ID is mapped to person and the orders table. However, this is fetching one additional records from the orders table where there is no matching employee. So this is the case of the right outer join. Now the other example is if in case you would like to fetch all the matching records as well as non-matching records from both the tables. So you would like to fetch all the records from person table as well as all the records from the order table as well. You can use the full outer join. So once you execute that, you can say it is fetching all the 3 records which we have in the employee table. It is fetching both the records, as you can see, the first and the last from the orders table as well. So you will see it's fetching everything, matching and non-matching columns from matching and non-matching records from both the tables. So this is the case of full outer join. Now let's take an example of self join. So what is going to happen in the self join? So as I mentioned, the self join is to applying a join in the table itself. So in the person table, you would like to fetch all the, say for example, all the persons, all the IDs along with other details where they belong to same city. So that's a simple example, but the complex is going to be if you have, say, manager column, that makes more sense to fetch it, because in this case you can say, okay, give me a specific city. You can specify, say, give me all the records from this table where city is that specific city. But just think about, there are many cities. In that case, what's going to happen? You have to write so many select statements, but instead of that, what you can do is write a simple self join. So the syntax is going to be, I think I have just a query for that one. You can quickly pick that up. Say for example, we got the person table. So you have to take 2 instances of person table. So person A and person B. And then we're specifying a condition that the person records not matching to each other. So it doesn't fetch the same record again. So we are saying person ID not matching, fetch unique IDs. And condition we have specified here is where A dot city equal to B dot city. So instance of person A and instance of person B, they belong to same city. And you can specify order by, that's okay. If you don't, then also okay. So if you execute that query, it's going to return two records, like in this case, Delhi, because both belongs to Delhi in this case. And it's returning records twice because as we have said, select star, so it's returning records from person A and person B. You can specify a specific column as well. Say, for example, you would like to only fetch the records from person. Say, for example, you would like to fetch records only from the A table. Sorry, you have to use the alias name. So A dot person ID. So you can see it is returning only two records. So you can select the columns, or you can do select star if you like to select everything from those tables. So this is the example of the self join. So these are the basic. There are many other joins. Their syntax also. Sometimes people tend to write, say for example, instead of writing these keywords, and they do is like where it's going to return the same results, but it's just going to be a different syntax. Say, for example, in this case, select star from person P and orders O. You can use where condition to specify that as well. So inner join can be written in different ways. You can write using an equal syntax here, using a where clause, as well as you can write syntax in this format as well. So this is a simple example of how you can write a join, inner join using a different syntax. Now, if you would like to understand it better, let me try to show you another example of how the representation can be different. Let me see if I can pull details here. Just a second. Let me just try to fetch a screen. I'm trying to get the board if I can. Okay, so you can see the board now, I hope. So I'm just using an online board to draw some details. So what you can do is, yeah, so in this case, say for example, you would like to understand it better, then what you can do is look at the examples of, say for example, you have, this is table A, and say this is table B. So you can call this is like a person table, say for example. Sorry, this is bad mouse. Let me try. This is say person table, and this is like say order table. Yeah. Sorry, trying to draw with the mouse. Just see that how it works. So this is person table. This is order table. If you understand the inner join, it can be taken as like this part. So this inner part, this is the inner join, right? Because this is a common record from both the tables, right? If you would like to, say for example, let's draw it again. This is a person table, and you are trying to like fetch the records from like left outer join, right? So this is going to be your records here. So this is fetching all the records from the person table, as well as this is going to fetch the common records from the person table. So this is going to be a left outer join. What if you would like to say fetch the records from the order table, non-matching records as well as matching records? So what it is going to do is you're going to say details, common details you want, which is matching. It's going up outside boundary, but it will be just in a circle. Also, if you would like records from the orders table, so this is how it is going to be right outer join. So it is going to return the records from the order table as well as records which are matching into the person table. Now the other example, if you talk about say full outer join, then it is nothing. It will show everything, like everything from the person table, everything like a join records as well as everything from the order table. So this is the case of our full outer join. Now if you would like to say, for example, we said this is in the person table, so that's going to work a bit differently. So you're fetching from the person table for the records of self join, then it is just going to be a person table and the condition is going to be different. That's all about the joins. If you have any questions, please don't forget to add in the comments. Thank you so much for joining today's session.